Transport Minister Guy Joseph says he is fully in charge of his ministry. At the same time, an officer working independently of his supervisors, including the minister, sent out a letter to taxi unions that outlined a policy the minister says is not that of his government. Guy Joseph called a meeting on Tuesday to deal with the fallout from that letter. At issue is this part of the Transport Act.
It says the holder of a route permit does not have the authority to transfer this permit and the accompanying TX plate to another party. An individual who is no longer interested in operating a taxi permit is required to relinquish this permit to the ministry.
Joseph says what happened with the rogue officer is one part of the many staff issues he's experiencing at the ministry. He says he expects to deal with this and other situations that continue to undermine the work done there. He is also adamant that a similar situation will not occur again.
I know people may criticize me and tell me, well, you're not in charge of your ministry and that is why this is happening. But these are the issues that you get when persons overstep the boundary of what they should actually be doing. And that is where I have the difficulty. But the matter, I am very happy with the response of the association and the understanding of the whole situation as it exists. And I will move within my ministry to address this matter in the appropriate manner.
The president of the taxi union says the current situation reinforces the need to have one common transport policy. Lucia and Joseph says it is a point he and the minister agree on and will work to make happen.
There must be a national policy on transport where everybody knows their rights, their wrong, their privileges and what they can do. And I think the minister agreed with this. So we are holding him responsible for working towards that goal, because I believe until that goal is put together, there will always be the Halikasi in this industry.
Joseph says along with the common transport policy, situations like what happened with the unauthorized missive must not be allowed to happen again, as they add additional pressure to an already strained industry.
When you're operating in a difficult environment with the present state of the economy, the downturn in the tourism sector, what is happening globally, and here you are adding pressure on persons and the pressure is not necessary. Now, I don't know what the officer's intention was. The officer's intention may have been, well, let me administer the law as it is. But I believe that these are decisions that we must sit down and discuss.
Lucia and Joseph says he is satisfied with the explanation and the meeting with the transport minister. He expects to take the outcomes from Tuesday's discussions to his members, who will then chart the way forward for dealing with the ministry. As for Guy Joseph, he says when his PS returns from vacation, he will deal with the officer who started the current chain of events. Carmi Joseph, HTS News, Channel 4.